The Halo community itself is a cesspool from the YouTubers to the players. This video is going to be broken into a couple of segments. The first segment is going to be addressing Halo YouTubers, specifically the Forerunners and accountability. The second segment is about the Halo fans, focusing mainly on brand loyalty, but also just general cringe. And the third segment is about Halo YouTubers once again, this time speaking from my personal experiences and my two takeaways from this video that I hope we can change. One small thing I want to get out of the way before we begin is a public health PSA. I saw a worrying number of comments saying that I was wrong when I said that Halo Infinite was the first title to not introduce any new vehicles, because in their eyes, the Razorback is a new vehicle. If you or someone you know suffers from believing the Razorback is a new vehicle, seek help immediately. A good exercise to diagnose this affliction is to find a mirror in your household, look yourself in the eye, and tell yourself the Razorback is a new vehicle. If you're able to finish the sentence without laughing, then you may need to seek help. Editor's note, I also saw a lot of comments confused about me saying infection in Halo 4 was ruined because the infected couldn't hold guns, because evidently a large amount of people have only ever played vanilla infection. Yes, this is infection, where humans have shotguns, zombies have swords. That's infection. This is also infection. This is also infection. And so is this one. Tons of custom games use infection as a base to create all kinds of unique and creative game modes. I want to kick things off with something a little bit spicy, so I'm going to start with addressing accountability from some Halo YouTubers, specifically some of the ones who were involved with 343's Forerunner program. Now, if you don't know about the Forerunner community program, pay attention because this is an interesting one to say the least. Ubernick, Favin, Shyway, and Green Skull. Now, these four were not the only Forerunners. The full list of them is in the Halo Infinite credits, but they're the ones that I'm going to be addressing. So some of you are scratching your heads wondering, what is a Forerunner? Well, back in 2019, 343 invited a number of Halo community members into a secret group where they got to playtest and give feedback on Halo Infinite multiple times in the years leading up to launch. So these guys in some capacity had been playing Halo Infinite since 2019. Now, they were and still are under a lot of NDAs, so we may never know specifically what they got to play and see, but to make it clear, they have played Halo Infinite multiple times since 2019. So with that in mind, please enjoy the selection of clips I've gathered here with the knowledge that all the people you're about to see had been playing Halo Infinite secretly for years when they made these videos.
So back in 2019, I actually got invited to be part of a secret council called the Forerunners. Basically what I'm saying is I've been playing Halo Infinite for the last couple of years privately.
We got early looks at things, we got to play test Halo Infinite for years.
Uh-oh. Yo, sprints in game? Everybody leave. Alright, that's it. I'm done.
Okay, well, elites are back. Confirmed. Bro, this... Wait, what did that say? New weapon? I don't know what that said, though.
Pulse carbine. No, pick up Commando. It's like all new weapons.
What's that? What'd that say? Did that... I think it said... This looks like a Call of Duty gun.
The armor pieces flew off when he hit him. Spike grenades. Pick up fusion... Did you see that? Pick up fusion coil. And there's a shield. And that's a hook. Grapple confirmed. Ravager.
Oh, look at the shield. New weapon? I don't even know where he picked this up. Oh, look at this. It's like a brute pistol.
This gun looks really strong. I don't know how I feel about this one in multiplayer. What's this? This looks... What was that gun? I think it said Commando on the floor. There was like a assault rifle, like Call of Duty style, like assault rifle on the floor.
Whoa, big boy. Yo! What is that? Did you call skewer? So keep in mind, this is literally my first game ever on this.
So I'm speaking like a mile a minute, guys. I'm just like genuinely so friggin' excited. It's been, what, 5 years?
Yeah, you guys are watching my first game. Yeah, so for people who have been here since the beginning, when the new people arrive, kind of fill them in on where we're at so far. That's a really good grenade. Holy shit.
I've gained 2,200 followers this stream, which is absolutely unreal. So, absolutely crazy. So yes, I shall catch you later. Thank you so much. Today's stream, well, I'll never forget it. It's been amazing. So I love you all. Thank you so much for all the follows, hanging out, enjoying Infinite with me for the first time.
Now, when these guys see the commando, or sprint, or the fusion coil pickup, or equipment, we don't necessarily know if they hadn't seen those specific things before when they played, and maybe it was all new to them. But I personally find that hard to believe. If they didn't see sprint, if they didn't see the commando, if they didn't see equipment, then what the hell did they play? Due to their NDAs, only they will ever know for certain. But what we do know is that these creators were involved in the development of Halo Infinite. Now let's make one thing really clear. Obviously, they weren't allowed to tell people they played it. That's not the issue. That's not what I'm complaining about. The issue is that they continued uploading content that forced themselves to lie to their own fans. And some of them, like Ubernick, gained large amounts of new followers or subs from live streaming what they were calling their first time playing. Any way you slice it, I would say it was disingenuous at best of them to put out analysis videos and reactions and overviews and live streams about Halo Infinite, speculating and talking about it like they didn't know things that they did, while secretly playing it behind their fans' backs for years. You lied to your fans, you didn't have to, you chose to. But now I'm going to talk about you. You watching this right now, the fans themselves, right? Many fandoms are cringe. Fortnite, Rick and Morty, Harry Potter. Whenever anything gets big enough, there's gonna be some undesirable behaviors or groups that will emerge. It's natural, we evolved this way. But being a Halo fan myself, the fandom that I see the most of is obviously Halo. I've said a few times in the past that Halo is a tool for people to be creative, share their creativity with others, and really put themselves out there. Unfortunately, this is the side effect of allowing the cesspool of the community to put itself out there as well. Most of these complaints will fit under the big umbrella of brand loyalty. Now, I think brand loyalty is the stupidest shit, and I hate seeing it override people thinking for themselves. So this is going to include the console war bros. If you take time out of your day to put down people for liking a different console as you, then you need to unironically touch some grass, and that's coming from me. Then you've got the 343 defenders, right? These corporate white knights came out of the woodwork my last video. They were in the comments. You saw them, I saw them. They'll die before they let someone hurt the feelings of a multi-million-dollar company. They have such classic arguments as, let's see you make a better game, and they worked really hard on the game, so you can't criticize it. Alright, now those are very empathetic arguments, right? And I get it. Nobody wants to be told something that they worked hard on is bad. But sometimes it's just the truth, right? Effort does not automatically equal quality. If I spend 10 hours tirelessly editing a video together, and the video is garbage, then you have every right to tell me, hey, this video sucks and you did a bad job. And the same as the people that say you can't criticize Halo if you've never made a game, right? Okay, so first of all, you can't criticize my videos if you've never made one. You can't say this boat is poorly made if you haven't made one yourself. Just because I've never done something doesn't mean I can't have a fucking opinion about it, especially an opinion on a product that someone's trying to sell me. Now, hating on 343 is the popular thing to do right now, and I think Bungie fanboys are laughing in the corner thinking they're owning the 343 tards, but guess what? You're not safe. You're next up on the chopping block. Equally as cringe as 343 White Knights are Bungie purists, people who think Halo CE was the bestest one ever because the game had 3 guns and it was epic. People that think the broken mechanics in Halo 2 like BXR and sword flying were good, even though they were literally game-breaking bugs not intended to be there, and if anything remotely close to those exploits existed in the 343 game, they would rage about it endlessly. Not everything Bungie has done is amazing. Did they make better Halo games than 343? Yes. Was Destiny good? It had some pretty bad controversies when it launched about cut content and its own development hell, if you remember. The goal here is to stop putting companies on pedestals. 343 are not gods, and Bungie are not gods either. The Bungie purists are the same people that think Halo should be exactly as it was in Halo 2 or 3, and that's just not the case. There needs to be some innovation, and if you don't understand that, then I don't know what to tell you. Markets change, people's interests change. Kids aren't playing the same games they are today as they were 10 years ago. There's a reason that you don't see a lot of 2D side-scrollers coming out from AAA studios these days. Things need to change. And Halo Infinite actually found a really good balance and innovated Halo really well. It's just a shame it has so much shit dragging it down. But these Bungie nerds will proudly say if Bungie made Halo, it would be perfect forever. Even though, once again, Destiny has had its own controversies with microtransactions and deletes huge sections of their own game to make room for new DLC, so new players coming in have no way of experiencing some of the older content. This brings me to the next group of people that a lot of you guys are guilty of, and that is the utter worship of certain Bungie or 343 staff that the community treat like fucking K-pop idols. Jeff Steitzer, Joe Staten, Marty O'Donnell, Sketch, they're just people. Simping for these employees is ridiculous. There are rabid Halo fans that will pay $100 for Jeff Steitzer to say Among Us in the cool Halo voice. Joe Staten could announce tomorrow, 343 is cutting support for Infinite and focusing all of their efforts on Season 2 of the Halo Paramount TV show. And people would be like, whoa, it was really awesome of Joe to be so transparent, I respect that, and with him on the writing team, the show will probably be a masterpiece. Sure, Marty made good music. Jeff Steitzer says, double Q, but you don't have to suck them off every time they're mentioned, they're just people. You can like their work, but they're not gods. And last on the brand loyalty list are the lore cucks. These are the ones who defend poor quality content or horrible design choices with lore explanations that the creators probably weren't even considering when they made it. These are the people that justify the removal of playable elites, and no, I will never let go of elites being removed. And also, shit like this.
You did it! Get back!
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. Get your goddamn ugly ass on.
Basically, anytime something stupid happens or doesn't make sense, these guys will break out the Halo wiki and dig and dig and dig, or when that doesn't work, they'll just come up with their own headcanon. You know, people will be like, how did Master Chief survive floating in space for like a decade or whatever? And they'll just be like, oh, I think his suit has like a nutrient paste gel that absorbs into his blood. Like, they just make the shit up, you know? We know Chief's suit jacks him off. We don't know that it feeds him, at least to my knowledge. Now, all of these problems that I've covered stem from a sense of brand loyalty. You like Halo, you love Halo, you want to defend it, you want to protect it, but you need to take a step back. Now, that's all the cringe stuff that people are doing outside of the game. Well, not all of it, but the parts I wanted to talk about. We also want to take a quick dive into what people are doing in the game. Now, these are the more classic complaints. This is just, you know, people who betray you for the sniper rifle or the mantis or whatever. You know, you get the vehicle and they didn't, so they just try to destroy the vehicle because they couldn't. They have people that go AFK or quit mid-match in ranked. All the, you know, the guys that wear all default armor and are blacked out emblems trying to be edgy. And the ones that play social lobbies, or even worse, Assassination Tower. In fact, Assassination Tower players are so cringe, clogging up the fucking browser with their social lobbies and their I need some backup. I can't even fucking deal with these guys.
Halo Infinite isn't really catering to folks like me who love custom games and the endless possibilities and amounts of fun that can come from them. So I've turned to the custom games browser quite a bit in recent months, and every time I go back, I feel this plague, this disease has spread and multiplied. Like the flood, they seem to happen wherever life exists on every part of the globe. If there is one part of the Halo community that I absolutely hate to no end, home of the most socially deprived and desperate creatures on this planet, it's people who host social servers and assassination towers in the custom games browser on Halo 5 and the Master Chief Collection. You could literally be playing any other game type or go into the 20 other social servers that are around. But no, you're out here creating another 20 and sitting in your room full of guns with a shield that only you can shoot out of whenever someone tries to explore a bit. Bruh, waste your time doing literally anything else. Please, or better yet, host one of the thousands of custom modes or maps that are actually good and not full of folks who are cosplaying as Spartan 2s that never existed, or simping over the one female Spartan in the lobby who is probably twice your age and looks like an overweight Wojak in real life, or kicking players when they kill the host, or flying around in a saber and gatekeeping the main part of the map. Worst part is, for something called a social server, motherfuckers don't even talk. There's no mics, no text chat, and if there ever is, it's incredibly rare. 343, please, have a limit or a cap or something on the amount of servers with the word social or assassination or clan recruitment that can be created at any given time. I don't want to have to scroll through several dozen of those just to find the good stuff. And if you happen to be one of those people who does host social servers, go and touch some grass, you sad sack of shit.
Alright, so now I want to get more personal with my own experiences as a small Halo YouTuber, and just talk about the atmosphere of Halo YouTube. Now, I'm sure this is how a lot of industries work. This is just kind of the way it is, but I'm hoping that maybe we can push ourselves in a direction where it doesn't really have to be this way. Again, these are just my personal experiences trying to talk and be involved with other Halo YouTubers, big and small. Currently, there's sort of like cliques or like a hierarchy, I don't know, particularly with the largest creators. It really feels like they all know and talk to each other, and there's weird power dynamics at play with channel size. It's like there's some kind of cabal, some kind of Halo YouTube Illuminati. I've personally seen times where creators, even behind closed doors, one-on-one, will be really hesitant to say anything critical, especially of a larger creator, because you can basically get blacklisted from whole groups of larger channels if you say the wrong thing. This literally happened to me personally. Sean W. once got really pissed at me for memeing on him, and got Nethelez and Footed Ghost to cancel upcoming collabs that we had scheduled. If you want to know more about that particular story, you can check the description. I reached out to a number of creators about this at the time, and some, like Late Night Gaming, were really supportive, but most I just never heard back from. I've also had some pretty toxic people that have stopped talking to me for like over a year, and then I have a successful upload like my 343 rant or my sprint video, and out of the blue they come crawling out looking for collabs like we've been best buddies the whole time. And that's another thing I want to target, is this very fake positivity. Everyone's trying to get more views and they're scared to burn any bridges with other creators or with 343, or say the wrong thing to the wrong person. But we need to direct healthy criticism not just to the companies and people behind the scenes making the game worse, but also towards the content creators who are positive to an unhealthy degree. I've got another special guest to touch on that one a little bit more.
The great journey is nigh, and nothing, not even the flood, can stop it.
Boo. What's up guys, my name is Noble. Roadman, thanks for having me. If you're looking for Halo YouTubers that will actually give you good information and insight as to what will benefit the Halo community itself and the game, then the Actman and Faven are my personal go-tos. They don't sugarcoat things, they give you real criticism about Halo. I feel as though some other YouTubers in the community could do a much better job at critiquing certain aspects of the games and the companies behind the games. Some, such as Ubernick and Hidden Xperia, seem to overreact to a lot of things, and it seems they simply skip over a lot for the sake of staying positive. I get it, I hate talking about things that are negative all the time, but the lack of feedback regarding things that Halo actually needs, and the overreaction to even the slightest good addition or fix to Halo quickly shows, especially when you see such blunt criticism from others. The Halo community has been less than satisfied with most things Halo, and some of the YouTubers out there, not just the ones mentioned, need to help get this game back on track and not be so passive. The standards for Halo and gaming in general have lowered to the point of absurdity. Wake up and fight back against the new standards. It seems like there's this culture in the Halo community that wants to give 343 some credit, or at least it's free. I see most of the content coming from bigger personalities being about how good Infinite will probably be over time, and all we have to do is wait a little longer. But you know how long we had to wait for Halo 3 to have Forge and all its features? We didn't. We didn't wait. A lot of YouTubers are saying the coding system isn't that bad now that they've lowered the prices in the shop. I'm sorry, Did I have to pay for the color blue separately in previous Halo games? No, it came with the game. Instead of paying $60 and getting all the colors, I have to pay upwards of $10 per armor coating and only have that coating be on a certain armor core. Armor cores' coatings from their very inception were designed to screw you. No YouTubers have given this more than a quick one-off comment, or maybe a whole video, some of them, but they don't keep pushing for change. They make the video, then leave. They may mention it again later, but without much gusto because they think nothing will happen. This happens a lot, and not just with coatings, but everything Halo. Look, what I really want to see from the big guys on the top of the Halo YouTube food chain right now is not saying that the game will be good soon, but that the game is incomplete. Tell it how it is. The game is incomplete, gets boring quickly, lacking content, gets no updates, and that everyone went to play something else. It's great to be optimistic, but at the end of the day, we need to make sure that 343 and Microsoft get that the old Halo fans aren't leaving, and the Halo community as a whole, new and old fans, aren't going to take the garbage they've been feeding us.
I feel like as a community we need to be wary. It seems like Halo fans are very volatile. The second something bad happens, it's all doom and gloom, 343 sucks, I can't believe this. But the second that something positive happens, it could be anything. 343 adds one new gun. 343 does a bug fix and buffs the Ravager's damage. And a lot of Halo YouTubers or fans will just flip on a dime and forgive everything. It could take them 35 years to add a vehicle to Halo Infinite, and then when it comes out, they'll be like, well, it's here now. Take for instance the recent update to MCC adding Flood Firefight and custom game browser for Halo 2 and Halo 4. I've seen people say that that alone invalidates my whole 343 rant video, even though that was just one point. Yes, those are cool additions, but it really seems like we forgot that this content is years overdue. The two main takeaways I want you guys to have from this video are to be cautious about 343 and toxic positivity, and then also for specifically the Halo YouTuber side of things, to try and seek out and engage with smaller channels in the community. Give everyone a chance. I think specifically the largest Halo YouTubers like the Actman and Hidden Xperia can help shine a spotlight on smaller channels that deserve it. And no, this is not just me saying that they should help me. I truly believe the Halo YouTube space would be improved by finding the smaller creators and giving them a chance to be found. Like the two creators that helped me out in this video, Larper Layden and Mr. Noble. Links to their channels in the description. Go give them some love.